Hey everyone, it's Rihanna and welcome back to another video. So about 2 weeks ago I posted a video announcing that I was going to be doing a Q&A video just because I felt like it, so alas, here comes the continuation on from said video. Let's get on with these questions. Aaron at the Movies asks, have you ever watched a movie that you heard great things about but actually hated when finally seeing it? Love your channel, by the way. Thank you. Okay, a film I'd heard really great things about but ended up hating in the end. Let me have a think about that one. Oh no, I should have prepared answers for this, shouldn't I? I'm gonna get a lot of hate for saying this, and I don't necessarily hate this film overall. I understand why people appreciate it and why people like it. It's just I'd heard a lot of great things about the film Gladiator, directed by Ridley Scott, and after finally seeing the film, I can honestly say I didn't enjoy it. I appreciate it as a film, it's well made, it's well done, whatever. I didn't enjoy the film. I don't understand the hype around Gladiator. Watch me lose all of my subscribers. Goodbye forever. Jack's channel of stuff asks, what's your earliest cinema memories? Now, I vividly remember going to see the film Tarzan in 1999 with my sister and my uncle and my childhood friend. I just vividly remember it. It's so strange how I remember going to the cinema to see that film. I don't even remember the film, I just remember going to the cinema. Obviously I know what the film's about and I've seen it many times since then, but I don't remember actually watching the film. His second question is, do you get snacks or drinks at the cinema? Sometimes. I mean, it depends how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll get the really good Cineworld Fanta Tango ice drinks. I love them so much. And other than that, I really like crispy M&Ms. I'm not the biggest fan of popcorn. Recently it's been giving me a headache when I've gone to see films, so that's a bit weird, but yes, I do get snacks and drinks occasionally. And Jack's third question is, who's your favourite human in the solar system? It's got to be, at the moment, it changes obviously, but at the moment it's got to be Lin-Manuel Miranda, and if you don't know who that is, search Hamilton, search In the Heights, just Google Lin-Manuel Miranda and you'll just see he's just everything joyous in the world is Lin-Manuel Miranda. I love him so much. I'm really sorry if I butcher your name, but Yusuf El Sanad asks, what are some of your favourite movies? The Fall, which is a film from 2006 that I just love and more people should see. I love A Little Princess, I love Back to the Future, I love The Goonies, I love Midnight in Paris, I love Star Wars, I love Lord of the Rings. Asking me what some of my favourite films are, we could be here for a long time. A long time. His second question is, do you watch anime? If so, what are some of your favourite series / films in the medium? I do watch some anime. I watched quite a few episodes of Sword Art Online, I really enjoyed that, but I love Attack on Titan. Such a good anime series. I'd never watched anime before watching Attack on Titan and I love it so much. And if we're talking films, I love Miyazaki's films. I love Howl's Moving Castle, especially one of my favourite films of all time. I love Princess Mononoke, My Neighbour Totoro, I love Spirited Away, and I really love Millennium Actress. It's not a Miyazaki film, but I really love that film. And his third question is, what are your hopes and dreams? Oh, that's such a broad question, but my ultimate hope and dream would to become a screenwriter. At the minute I'm working on a couple of screenplays and I just have too many ideas, and if you're a writer, you'll know that it's so impossible just to grab onto this one idea and just focus on it. I've got so many ideas, but that is the ultimate dream, to be a screenwriter. I want to write movies. I do. I can never pronounce your name, but you always comment on my videos, and I thank you so much for that. Hera Etidiu? I'm sorry, I just completely butchered your name. Asked quite a few questions, so let's get into this. He says, why are you so amazing I had to ask? I don't know, I try. His second question is, what inspired you to review movies on YouTube? I think it was me going into studying film studies. There wasn't that many people in my school and just around where I live who were really into movies, and I just thought, you know what? I like this film, I'm gonna talk about it, I'm gonna record myself and stick it on YouTube, and it's incredibly embarrassing because it was on an iPad with horrible editing software, but I put it on YouTube and people seemed to like it and I liked doing it, so I kept doing it, and I'm so glad I did, because before I started YouTube I watched a lot of YouTube, so I think the people I watched inspired me to start. Is the animation film Anastasia responsible for your love of Russian history? Yes. As inaccurate as the animation film of Anastasia is, it just drove my love to research more into the Romanov family and into Russian history. It's one of the little things about me that people don't know, that I really like Russian history. Do you like video games? And if so, which systems and games are your favourites? I'm not big on video games. I think like the only game I've constantly played is The Sims on my laptop. My dad has an Xbox that we play Lara Croft, the latest game on. Yeah, I'm not too big on video games. I mean, back in the day when I was younger, I used to play Crash Bandicoot and Simpsons Hit and Run. Amazing games. But you know, I'm an expert on Mario Kart Wii, if that clears anything up. I've completely skipped a bunch of questions. Oh well, we'll go back. Who is your favourite poet or poets? I'm not too big into poetry. Can I say Shakespeare? I can say Shakespeare, right? I'll say Shakespeare. That's such a generic answer, but I'm not an expert in poetry. This question is funny. Did England sink into the ocean after the EU referendum? Media are going nuts about it. We're still here. Just about still here. Everyone was not happy about it. Well, half the country was not happy about it, me included, but we're still surviving. We're still here. When will you come and visit America? Well, Canada. One day in the near future, possibly in the next 5 years. I'm hoping in the next 5 years. What do you think of some of the more recent horror movies in terms of quality? I really liked this year's The Witch and The Conjuring 2. There are some horror movies that just won't stop with this jump scare business. I'm not sure. I think there's a bunch of kind of sequel-ish horror films coming out, like a Ouija 2, Lights Out I didn't get a chance to see, and I didn't get a chance to see Don't Breathe either. But the ones I've seen, I've really liked. I kind of like the new spin on it. Stylizing wise, I like it when horror movies do something a little bit different. And your favourite actress / actor performance of the year? 2016 so far hasn't really stood out to me performance wise. It's very strange. I feel like we're just about to go into Oscar season, where all of the films are coming out, where we will have our contenders for the next year's Oscars. I really enjoyed Sasha Lane's performance in American Honey as the main character star. She was just so raw and I just loved her character. She was just so real. Acting wise, I would have to say Casey Affleck in Manchester by the Sea. Such a great and raw and just phenomenal performance from him. Which filmmaker impresses you the most between Iñárritu, who this guy knows that I love, and Denis Villeneuve? Denis Villeneuve is so, how can I say it? He's so consistent in his films. He is so consistent. Last year's Sicario, I wasn't its biggest fan, I still appreciate it, but films like Prisoners, Incendies, Enemy are incredible. Incredible. He's such an incredible director. He has such a great new vision, but I'm gonna have to go with Alejandro González Iñárritu on this one. I do love him so much ever since I saw Amores Perros, which just crushed me inside. The way that he tells his story is the way he pushes boundaries of filmmaking, especially with Birdman, with the whole one take thing, with his dialogue, with The Revenant and the natural lighting, with his collaborations with Emmanuel Lubezki, just blow my mind. But yes, Iñárritu, I'm sorry, Villeneuve, I love you. You're incredible, but I have to go with Iñárritu. I love him. What do you think of the latest Star Wars Rogue One, Logan and Guardians of the Galaxy trailer? Guardians of the Galaxy trailer was so much fun. I cannot wait. This is what I love about Guardians of the Galaxy. They know that they are fun. They're not trying to be super serious all the time, which is what I love. I love the little mini crew. I love Drax and Star-Lord's interactions. I just loved it. It was so much fun. The Rogue One trailer was just beautiful. I cannot wait. The cinematography and the action just looks great. I can't wait to watch that film. And I actually haven't seen the Logan trailer. I have not seen the previous 2 Wolverine films or X-Men's Origins Wolverines. I'm not the biggest fan of Wolverine as a character. I like him in the X-Men. I think he's great. I just don't think I could watch a full-length film as him as the lead. I'm not the biggest fan of Wolverine. Don't tell anyone. And that is all the questions from him. Alyssa White asks, who's your favourite kick-ass woman in sci-fi? I'm gonna have to say Princess Leia from the Star Wars trilogy. I love her. If I could be any character, I would be Princess Leia from the Star Wars trilogy. I also love Maiko Mori from Pacific Rim, but I'm gonna have to go with Princess Leia. She's great. I love her. And she says also, who's your all-time favourite author? Now, me reading, I love to read. I do love to read. I'm just a very slow-paced reader, and I haven't read that many books by the same author unless it's been in trilogies or in book series, such as The Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare, or The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, or even Twilight. Yes, I've read Twilight. Authors I really like are John Green, Rainbow Rowell, Samantha Shannon, who wrote the Bones season, just a bunch of different authors. Yeah, I'm not the kind of read all of the authors at the same time type person, I guess. Mariana from Impression Blend asks, what 2016 movie disappointed you the most? Not necessarily the worst movie of the year, but one you were really looking forward to and it just didn't live up to your expectations. This is going to seem like a really obvious choice, but it's got to be Suicide Squad. Those trailers were fantastic. The movie, not good. No. I was really looking forward to Suicide Squad. It was, I think, my second most anticipated of the year when I made my most anticipated movies of 2016 video, and it was just a really big letdown. Her second question is, what 2016 movie surprised you the most? Ooh, surprises. Least Like Critic 75 asks, which bad movie do you think could have been done better? Okay, I don't necessarily think this is a bad movie because I really enjoy it, but I think the film Sucker Punch had a lot more potential to be better than it was. I still really enjoy the film. I think it's a lot of fun, but I think it could have had more potential to be a bit deeper and darker than it already was. DVD Collector 96 asks, what are your most anticipated films of 2017? I actually have a list on my letterbox that I will just read to you because it's easier than me trying to think off the top of my head. Some of them include Star Wars Episode 8, obviously, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Dunkirk, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man Homecoming, Justice League, the Kingsman sequel, Baby Driver, directed by Edgar Wright, A Cure for Wellness. I love that trailer. I thought it was super dark and I'm really anticipating it. I love darkness and really pretty cinematography. Thor Ragnarok, Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets looks really interesting. Ghost in a Shell, Annihilation, The Great Wall, Pirates of the Caribbean sequel. I know. And Beauty and the Beast. Oh, I can't wait for Beauty and the Beast. His second question is, what film festivals would you like to attend in the near future? I would love to go to Sundance. Someone send me to Sundance, please. I want to go. And Cannes. Cannes looks fantastic. And his third question is, what's your favourite horror film of 2016? Of the whole, I think probably 3 I've seen. I've seen quite a few more, I think. Maybe they were 2015, 2016. Out of the few I've seen, I would definitely say The Witch. The Witch is incredible. Ian Black asks, any other film festivals in the UK you would like to attend other than London Film Festival? For example, Sundance Film Festival London. If they were doing Sundance London this year, I would run to that film festival. It would be incredible. I've also heard Edinburgh Film Festival is supposed to be really great. And the smaller ones as well. I would just like to go to kind of some smaller ones, maybe Cambridge Film Festival because it's kind of near me, just to get the vibe. I like the vibe of film festivals. His second question is, what was your best cinema experience of 2016? Probably seeing Captain America Civil War at midnight. I love midnight screenings, they're the best. And I saw it in a kind of one after the other showing, so we saw First Avenger, Winter Soldier, and then Civil War afterwards, and it was just so much fun. His third question is, any more future goals in your life after uni? I just really want to move back to London and get into the film industry that way, whether it's just doing random running jobs or whatever. I guess my goal at the moment is to kind of finish some short films I've been planning and writing, and I don't know, just go on to feature lengths, because why not? But those are my main goals after uni. I say after uni, I've already graduated. And his fourth question is, what would you say are the best things about attending a film festival? I would just say the atmosphere, because when you're in a cinema, you're just with any old people really, you're just with kind of the general public, and it's nice to be in a film festival where everyone equally appreciates film and you know the person that you're going to be with is going to respect your experience kind of watching whatever you've chosen to watch, and just the vibe of everything. Everyone there is a complete and utter film nerd, and it's just great. You meet the best people at film festivals. Film Lover Mike asks, number 1, what is the most disturbing moment in film you've watched? I've watched quite a few Lars von Trier films, and I've got to say, a few scenes in Antichrist, I can't unsee them. Don't watch that film. Don't do it. In kind of more mainstream films, other than Lars von Trier's very disturbing style, I would have to say the curb kiss in American History X scarred into my brain. It's just so difficult to watch that scene. And the second question is, what was the film that made you love film? I always have the same kind of answer for this question because I never really knew where it started. But I look back to when I was a little girl and I was watching A Little Princess, directed by Alfonso Cuarón. I love him so much. And I loved it. I loved films as a kid. I loved whether it was a Disney film or whether it was Matilda or whether it was A Little Princess. I just loved watching films all the time, and it was just like an immersive experience. It was a getaway. So I would say A Little Princess is the thing that made me love films. Lamont Smith asks, have you watched The Exorcist TV show, and with the recent surge of excellent horror films, have you changed your opinion on not liking them? I haven't got around to watching The Exorcist TV show, which I really want to because Gina Davis is in it and I love her. I actually haven't seen the original Exorcist film, so oops. But yes, with kind of the new surge of horror films, The Witch, The Conjuring 2, the new kind of styling of them, I have slightly changed my opinion, but there are still the horror films in the genre that are just bad names to the genre. I'm looking at you, Paranormal Activity, with all your stupid sequels. Elliot Kern asks, my question is, what is the oldest film you have seen, or what is the oldest film you have seen and enjoyed? If we're talking full-length feature film, the film The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari came out in 1920. I really loved that. I know I'm not the biggest fan of horror films, but I'm a big fan of German Expressionism, so I love that film. And the film A Trip to the Moon, directed by George Méliès, came out in 1902, which I guess would be the earliest one I've seen. And who just doesn't love A Trip to the Moon? It's magical. I need that tattooed just somewhere. I just want to get a film tattoo, and I want it to be a tribute to that film. That is a very interesting question to ask, so thank you for asking that. Noah House asks, who's your favourite YouTuber? I don't have a YouTuber that I religiously watch. Film-wise, I love Jeremy Jahns and Chris Stuckman, and I love pretty much it. I wish those guys made more videos. I religiously watched all of their videos when they were constantly making videos. I loved them. Individually, I think the account called According to Tumblr, run by the lovely Lauren Shippen, is probably my favourite. Every single time she does an episode on a show I watch, she is beyond accurate and she's just wonderful. Francesca at Cinema Darling asks a bunch of questions which I can't wait to answer. So number one, which American director would you have wanted to direct American Honey if Andrea Arnold had not directed it? I would have chosen Sofia Coppola. I would want the director to still be female. I think Sofia Coppola could nail it. She has done a bunch of coming of age stories as American Honey is. She's done Virgin Suicides, Somewhere. She's just very good at portraying the stories of female characters, so I would have chosen Sofia Coppola. Question number two is favourite A24 film. Oh, this is such a hard question. They are such a great distributing company. I love a lot of A24's films, but I'm gonna have to go with Short Term 12. Incredible, incredible film. Her third question is Game of Thrones related, which is pretty funny. I've discovered a weird but dedicated Game of Thrones fan following to the ship of Sansa and Jon. So are you a fan of Jonsa, and do you think it'll happen? This is such a weird question, but a funny question. If you're not up to date on Game of Thrones, please stop listening now because spoilers are ahead. Obviously we've discovered that Jon Snow is actually the son of Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark, so technically he is not direct siblings with Sansa, but it's still kind of weird. In the last kind of couple of episodes of season 6, they were just getting a lot closer than they've already been, but they will always have that brother-sister relationship because obviously Jon doesn't know that he is a Targaryen and not a Stark. Well, he is technically a Stark, but you know what I mean. It's a weird situation, but I can see why some people would ship them. Fourth question is, she knows that I am not the biggest fan of Gladiator. She asks, would you rather watch Gladiator every day for the rest of your life or not be able to see The Fall ever again? The Fall is my favourite film. I don't think I could watch Gladiator for the rest of my life every single day. I find it really boring. But if it meant that I could watch The Fall again, then I would have to sacrifice that. So yes, I would watch Gladiator every day for the rest of my life if I had to. That's commitment. Her fifth question is YouTube crush. Oh, Francesca. It's got to be Jake Gyllenhaal in that one Ellen video. Jake Gyllenhaal is everyone's crush. If we're talking for realsies, I have a massive crush on Dan Is Not On Fire. Like, massive. Yesterday when I was recording this Q&A video, my camera battery decided to die. So it's a different day. I look a little bit different. Let's get on with the last lot of questions. So the last lot of questions for this Q&A, just to wrap up, are from Els Granger. She asks, I know you like Hamilton. What's your favourite song from the soundtrack? Oh my goodness, just all of them. I love all of the songs in Hamilton. It's so hard to pick a favourite. They're so, so good. But my favourite has to be this one. I hope YouTube doesn't copyright that. That would be awkward. Please, Lin-Manuel Miranda, don't do that. I'm sorry, I just love your music so much. She also asks, have you got any secret talents? I'm pretty good at origami. I mean, I guess, sort of. I can make a paper crane without looking up a YouTube tutorial, if that counts. How many DVDs in your collection have you not watched yet? There is quite a few. I have a Russell Crowe box set that has Gladiator, State of Play and American Gangster in it. I've only watched Gladiator of that, so American Gangster, not watched. State of Play, also not watched. I have a couple of Scorsese films that I haven't seen. I haven't seen Raging Bull, haven't seen Casino, haven't seen Heat. Just gonna look behind me and see if there's any I could spot out of my eye. There's a few that people have lent me that I haven't watched yet, but we'll get around to it eventually. Any movies you love but don't own on DVD? So many. If you saw my Amazon wishlist for DVDs, you'd probably cry. See, DVDs have their own list on Amazon, own wishlist. We have, well, The Neon Demon isn't out yet, so we have The Place Beyond the Pines, Zootropolis, Dread, The Revenant, Cinema Paradiso, Stoker, The Iron Giant, Across the Universe, Prometheus, Inside Out, Requiem for a Dream, a lot of Miyazaki movies, just all the ones. Short Term 12, Heathers, Safety Not Guaranteed, Wizard of Oz, Prince of Egypt, Lion King, the list goes on. Will you ever switch to Blu-rays? At this rate, I don't know how many DVDs I have. It's a lot. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4.5 shelves full of DVDs. I think it would be pretty pointless me transferring all of them onto Blu-ray, considering I don't have anything to actually play Blu-rays on. But eventually when I get a device that does play Blu-rays, I will probably just grab my favourites on Blu-ray and just stick with DVDs. And her last question is, which TV shows are you looking forward to in 2017? Oh my goodness, 2017 for TV shows is going to be so good. I'm so excited. If we had to choose just like five TV shows in 2017, American Gods would be number 1. I'm so excited for that TV show. Season 4 of Sherlock, Season 2 of Attack on Titan, Season 4 of The 100, and A Series of Unfortunate Events. Season 1 on Netflix, but also Season 2 of Stranger Things. It's hard to choose. I'm going to make a whole separate video on that at the end of the year. Yes. Anyway, that was all of the questions you guys asked for my Q&A. Thank you for asking questions, and also obviously thank you for subscribing and commenting and liking and just driving me to make these videos for you guys, because I love it dearly, and if I didn't have you guys I would have no drive to do it sometimes. Oh my god, my screensaver on my laptop right now is just a screenshot of Dustin from Stranger Things just saying, I don't like this, I don't like this. Oh, the things I have saved on my computer. As usual, all my social media links are down below. If you want to ask me a random question on one of my social media accounts, that is totally cool. You can come follow me. I will leave the links down below, and they're also at the end of the video as well, so take advantage of that. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you very soon. Bye!